Welcome to Medic Life, a video podcast for EMS professionals with your host, John Newton.
Hello and welcome to Medic Life Studios here in Augusta, Georgia. I'm your host, John Newton, and in this episode, we will be discussing accreditation and a phrase that I coined, start the traffic. So in the first of two segments, I will talk to you about accreditation. Now, like many of you, I've spent years riding the streets, providing care, jumping through the hoops necessary to really keep my national register and even my state license. And never really thought about accreditation, what it meant, was it necessary, and were my hours up to snuff, so to speak. It really was not until I became an educator that I really became concerned with accreditation. So today, and even more so, it's necessary for us to concern ourselves with accreditation. And part of it is because we want to make sure that we spend our time, and most importantly, our money wisely. Now, you may ask yourself, isn't all continuing education accredited? And the simple answer is no, it's really not. There are plenty of opportunities for us to gain those required hours needed to recert, but not all of them can be utilized, and not all of them are going to meet those accreditation requirements by National Registry and by your state. So the first thing we want to do is we need to decide what route we want to take. Is it the traditional classroom where you sit in that brick and mortar room with a bunch of other folks and there's somebody up front jibber jabbering at you for a set amount of time and then you go home? Or do you want to do it online? Now there is some misunderstanding and misconceptions about online, and we'll talk about that when we talk about those F designations. But the first thing that we should do is check accreditation. Now the gold standard is C-SPEAMS. And that's these folks here. If you look at this symbol here in the top left-hand corner, also you'll notice C-SPEAMS and National Registry. Now they're a board of accreditation. They don't actually provide for any kind of continuing education. They just say that it is accredited or not because it meets certain criteria. And then based off of that, National Registry says, okay, here's the stamp, the seal of approval. We'll give you hours based off of our designations, which are F designations. So, to the provider in the field, probably not going to mean a whole lot. But again, it's more about making sure that you get what you're paying for, get your money's worth, and your time. Your time is just as important as your money. So not only are we going to look for that one seal, and it is pretty simple to do. Most reputable places will either let you know or they will have it splashed all over the place and make sure that because it is the gold standard. Now, we need to understand those F designations. And these are the designations that are National Registry looks at. So, let's look at those. Now, there are 4 of them. And we start with F1. And F1 indicates a one-time, a live event, like an annual conference. So those of you guys who maybe went to Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago to the EMS conference out there, that is an F1 designation. So you get hour for hour for those. Your F2 are things like your ACLS, your BLS, your PALS courses. Now, these can be altered multiple times or just one time, but it is a live interactive event, meaning you're there with someone. F3, this is the one that often confuses folks. It says online or via video. And it is this distributive learning aspect that, well, F3 can actually only be used for a portion of your recertification, both in the 48 hours and the other hours. Now, if you're a paramedic, there's a set amount. If you're an advanced EMT or you're still an intermediate or a basic, it does vary, and I do encourage you guys to either go to National Registry's website, and I will have a link after this episode posted for you guys in the description. Go to their website, look at the brochure. It'll tell you on there. It'll even have how they have it broken down. So I'm not really going to get into that. What I am going to say is these are things like the 24/7 online stuff where you watch a video, you take a test, and you get some credits. Maybe you read a journal article. There's some CEUs attached to that. These are your F3 designations. Now your last one, and I'm not really sure why they skipped 4, but your last one is F5. Now this is the one that, and this is why I said there's a level of confusion, because this is that virtual instructor-led training. Oftentimes people call it online, and it is online in most cases, but this is live, real-time interaction. So you are in one location, your instructor is in another location, but you're able to interact, ask questions. Oftentimes some of these programs are set up, whether it's through a school or through a private company. You log on, they show PowerPoints, videos, those kind of things. And these are counted hour for hour, just like you were sitting in a classroom. And that's the important thing, because you want as much of your time that you spend and your money, really, to be beneficial. I know, like most of you guys, my time is valuable. Not only do I spend my time at work, but I want to be able to get the most out of my off time, and I don't have to spend it sitting in a classroom for things that I'm not really going to get credit for, or I can only use part of it. So I hope this has been helpful, y'all. We're going to take a break here to acknowledge our sponsor, and when we come back, we're going to talk about starting the traffic. So stick around for the second half. Welcome back. I'm your host, John Newton, and this is MedicLife. So before I get started with this segment, I want to tell you guys, I broke out the old Twitter while I was sitting there waiting for the commercial from our sponsor, and I think I'm going to add in a little something for you guys. So first off, before we start this segment, what I found was, and this has been going around pretty much for about a week and a half now, and I typed in boringem.org, and I'll put this in the description for you guys as well. But if you scroll down here, you guys have seen these little charts. Well, guess what? They have made free links for you guys. So if you click on one, and I've already done this with 2 of them, here's the CPR one. It's a nice little PDF for you guys. And here's the ACS So what they've done is they've just kind of put all of them together for us. So thank you guys at boringem.org for doing this for us. Alrighty. So let's proceed on with this segment. What I would like to talk to you about is, I don't know, maybe some of you guys think this is a little corny or whatever, but I coined this phrase, or maybe it's something that I think fits nicely, but maybe you guys have already thought of it before, and it's called Start the Traffic. So I was teaching a class, and it was a cardiac class one day, and it just kind of hit me. I just began describing the vessels as basically the highways and byways, and the red blood cells. I described them. I said, "Hey guys, these are the buses, and on these buses, you know, they're full of people. So in our cardiac arrest scenario, our job is really to start the traffic. We want to get what we would think of it as a big traffic jam with buses full of people. We want to get them to their destinations. So we get the traffic moving, and we do this by starting chest compressions. Now, if we imagine that those people are oxygen molecules, we can see how important it is to start the traffic flowing. We want to get them to those target tissue, reperfuse the heart. Now, 2010 and 2015 guidelines for BLS focus has and does still remain a focus on improving oxygenation to the cells by performing those chest compressions. And we've been doing 100 a minute. We're trying to get those cycle up to 100 a minute to 120, but not over 120 by the new recommendation. Now, in our analogy, when we start the traffic, we begin to achieve this goal, do that hard and fast full recoil. And we can even take it a step further and say that the bus stations at the alveoli are unloading new passengers and offloading those who have returned from a trip. Now, I know that seems pretty simplistic, but in doing this, we've described the heart pump and the thoracic pump theory, whereby maintaining efficient compressions, we increase oxygenation at the cellular level and provide improved venous return. So there's my little southern perspective, I suppose. Maybe you find it entertaining, maybe not, or even a little educational. But anyway, before we go, this week's question to ponder. So last week I asked you guys about guns and EMS, and honestly, I did not get much response, and I expected that. I think that is a hot topic that people are kind of, just guns in general, are a little afraid to speak out. Some of you maybe not so much, and that's okay. So this week, what I've said is you can reply, you can leave comments, or you can just think about yourself. So this week's question is, can you give yourself a clean bill of health mentally and physically? Over the last few weeks, I have seen personally, and I know you guys have seen all over social media, EMS blogs, things like that, we talk about PTSD and suicide in EMS, in the fire service, and even in the police. And of course, there are a couple of organizations out there for those folks. It's called 21 a Day, and those folks are trying to make awareness for 21 soldiers a day who commit suicide. And it doesn't just apply to our veterans. There's something called the Code Green movement. And we'll talk a little bit about those in other episodes, but I just wanted to mention them. Think about your own mental health, your own physical health. Well, guys, that's all the time that I have today. As always, you can contact me at jnewton jnewton.mediclife@gmail.com. I'd like to hear your suggestions. And hey, if you would like to be a guest, just send me an email and we'll work it out. I always respond to all emails, and I do look forward to hearing from you guys. So until next time, I'm your host, John Newton. This has been another episode of Medic Life. Thanks for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.